the sky-high world of America's future skyline, where towering giants pierce the clouds and redefine cityscapes. We're talking about super tall skyscrapers, the marvels of modern architecture that are reshaping the landscapes of cities across the Americas. But hold on a sec. Why the rush for these colossal structures when office spaces are still echoing with emptiness post-COVID? Let's unravel this mystery as we take a peek at 10 of the most jaw-dropping new super talls on the horizon. First stop, Seattle, where the Skyline is about to get a serious makeover with the 4C Tower. This behemoth, also known as 4th and Columbia, has been in the works since 2015, when developers snagged a plot of land for a cool $48 million. Originally planned to soar a dizzying 102 stories into the heavens, the project faced some turbulence, leading to a series of redesigns. From potential air traffic disruptions to pandemic-inspired mid-air parks, the journey of the 4C has been nothing short of a roller coaster. Fast forward to 2022, and the Seattle Tower, as it's now called, has settled on a design by Skidmore, Owings & Merrill. Standing tall at 310 meters with 91 stories, it's shaping up to be a skyline stunner. While construction hasn't kicked off yet, one thing's for sure, those views from the top are going to be worth the wait. But wait, the super tall fever isn't confined to the Pacific Northwest. Down in Texas, Austin is gearing up for its own sky-high spectacle with the Waterline. Set to claim the title of Austin's tallest upon completion in 2026, this architectural marvel by Kohn-Pedersen Fox will tower at 311 meters, just edging out the competition by a hair's breadth. Get ready to tilt your head back and marvel at the sight as the Waterline dominates the Texas skyline. And these are just the tip of the skyscraper iceberg, folks. From New York to Los Angeles, cities across the Americas are reaching for the stars with their ambitious architectural endeavors. So why the mad dash for the sky? It's not just about height, it's about making a statement, pushing boundaries, and redefining what's possible. In a world where remote work is on the rise and urban landscapes are evolving, these skyscrapers aren't just buildings. They're symbols of resilience, innovation, and the human spirit's unyielding quest for progress. So next time you find yourself gazing up at the towering giants that punctuate our city skylines, remember, the sky's the limit, but our ambition knows no bounds. Let's head down to the Lone Star State, where the city of Austin is about to get a serious dose of sky-high splendor with the Waterline. This architectural marvel has been a hot topic since rumors and renderings started swirling back in 2020. And let me tell you, the hype is real. Picture this: sleek steel, shimmering glass, and warm textures seamlessly blending with the natural beauty of Austin's landscape. Floor-to-ceiling windows offer breathtaking views, while sculptural columns pay homage to the city's unique tree species. But here's the kicker. Beyond its stunning design, the Waterline is all about community. With a pledge of $1 million towards the Waterloo Greenway project, this tower isn't just a building, it's a symbol of giving back to the city it calls home. And let's not forget those panoramic views of the Colorado River from its staggering height of 311 meters. Construction is well underway, with the tower's core already rising from its spot near Waller Creek, Austin. Get ready to reach for the sky. Designed by the brilliant minds at Seeger Suarez Architects and Carlos Ott, this hotel isn't just defying gravity, it's rewriting the rules of Miami's skyline. But building tall in Miami isn't a walk in the park. With water lurking nearby and strong sea winds to contend with, construction here is no joke. But fear not, because the developers have pulled out all of the stops. Using a special technique called deep soil mixing, they're ensuring a sturdy foundation that can withstand anything Mother Nature throws its way. With a completion date set for 2026 or 2027, the Waldorf Astoria Miami is set to redefine luxury living in the Sunshine State. The rise of these giants, it's an intriguing phenomenon, considering the real estate market for office skyscrapers is still grappling with the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic. Add to that the spike in interest rates between 2022 and 2023, and you've got a recipe for some cautious investors. But here's the twist. Top-tier skyscrapers seem to be holding their own. Reports from real estate developers suggest that modern luxurious skyscrapers are still in high demand and selling like hotcakes. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. But it's not just about economics, it's about making a statement. Super tall skyscrapers are more than just buildings. They're symbols of progress, power, and prosperity. They elevate cities to a whole new level, attracting big business, investments, and even tourism. So it's no surprise that cities are clamoring to join the elite club of skyline stunners. Case in point, Monterrey, Mexico, home to the awe-inspiring Torre Rise skyscraper. Nestled in a city bustling with growth and economic prowess, this skyscraper is set to become South America's tallest if it reaches its dizzying height of 475 meters by 2026. With a breathtaking spire that seems to touch the heavens, the rise promises unparalleled views of Monterey from its sky-high deck. And with a sleek, uniform design and every amenity imaginable, it's shaping up to be a true masterpiece of modern architecture. Keep your eyes peeled for updates on this mesmerizing project. We'll be following its progress every step of the way. But not all skyscrapers are born out of necessity. Take JP Morgan's environmentally friendly Colossus at 270 Park Avenue in New York, for example. This towering behemoth isn't just about fighting overcrowding, it's about making a statement, and boy is it making one. Construction on this green marvel continues to astound passers-by, showcasing the intersection of innovation and sustainability in the heart of the Big Apple. What's driving the rise of these sky-high wonders? Despite challenges in the real estate market and a surge in interest rates, it seems that top-tier skyscrapers are still standing tall. Why, you ask? Well, besides being economic powerhouses, they're symbols of progress, innovation, and prosperity. They elevate cities to new heights, both literally and metaphorically, and attract big business, investments, and even tourism. Take, for example, the environmentally conscious marvel rising in the heart of New York City. This eco-friendly colossus is setting new standards for sustainability, with zero carbon emissions and futuristic technology that prioritizes health and well-being. From improved air quality to circadian lighting, this skyscraper is paving the way for a greener future. And let's not forget its commitment to recycling and reuse, with 97% of waste from its predecessor repurposed for its construction. It's a true testament to New York's green policies and a shining example of what's possible when innovation meets sustainability. And just down the street, another iconic skyscraper is taking shape, the Commodore Project. Designed to harmonize with the historic Grand Central Terminal, this towering masterpiece has sparked quite the debate. While some praise its modern design and potential for revitalizing the area, others worry it may overshadow its iconic neighbor and alter the skyline of Midtown Manhattan. But love it or hate it, one thing's for sure, the Commodore is here to stay, and once completed, it will leave an indelible mark on the iconic Manhattan skyline. But our journey doesn't stop there. Let's head north to the vibrant city of Toronto, where the skyline is about to undergo a major transformation. From the sleek modern lines of the Pinnacle One Yonge Towers to the avant-garde design of the Forma Towers masterminded by the legendary Frank Gehry, Toronto is redefining what it means to reach for the sky. With each tower boasting unique features and amenities, they're not just buildings, they're communities in the making, fostering connections and bringing people together. But it's not all smooth sailing in the world of skyscrapers. Take the one in Toronto, for example. While its ambition knows no bounds, financial troubles have cast a shadow over its future. From lawsuits to debt defaults, the road to completion has been anything but easy. But despite the setbacks, developers remain committed to seeing their vision through. And with a little perseverance, the one may yet become a reality. We've got the Forma Towers, the brainchild of legendary architect Frank Gehry himself. These stunning super talls located in the heart of Toronto are set to become iconic symbols of the city's evolution into a world-class metropolis. With their sleek design and innovative use of light, the Forma Towers aren't just buildings, they're works of art. And while their journey to fruition hasn't been without its twists and turns, one thing's for sure. When these beauties are completed in 2028, they'll be a sight to behold. But Toronto isn't the only city getting a sky-high makeover. Over in Chicago, the Tribune East Tower is set to soar to new heights at 421 North Michigan Avenue. With its sleek glass facade and gold-colored vertical fins, this super tall is a stunning addition to the Windy City's iconic skyline. And while rumors of its demise have circulated, recent optimism suggests that construction may finally kick off in February 2024. Will it ever reach completion? Only time will tell. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. A new generation of super talls is emerging across the Americas, each one pushing the boundaries of architecture and design. But what do you think? Would you want one of these towering giants in your city? Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.
Everybody knows Amazon is the biggest online retailing company in the world. The company's become a household name, selling everything from books to groceries and kitchen equipment to clothing accessories. As of 2021, Amazon had hit the $1 trillion market cap with an annual revenue of $61.9 billion and has over 97,000 employees. In all, you can say that Amazon has done quite well for itself in its 30 years of existence. However, as much as we would love to applaud Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon and its former CEO, for building this gigantic success through hard work, resilience, and innovation, serious allegations have been levied against Amazon in recent times. Jeff Bezos says that Amazon is Earth's best employer and Earth's safest place to work. But is that true? In this video, we'll show you how Amazon started and some disturbing truths about this company that helped its growth. In 1994, Jeff Bezos, who had been working on Wall Street, decided to quit his job. The reason? Jeff had discovered that an internet revolution was taking place, and he felt there was an opportunity right there. So he made a list of the top 20 products that he could potentially sell on the internet. After much deliberation, Jeff settled on books because of their low cost and universal demand. He then moved to Washington and founded Amazon, an online bookstore that operated from a garage at his residence in Bellevue. Interestingly, the company wasn't always Amazon. Jeff initially dubbed the business Cadabra, as in abracadabra, which is super weird. But after someone mistakenly called it Cadaver, Jeff decided to change the name to Amazon, after the enormous river in South America. Jeff and a few employees started developing the software for their site, and in July 1995, Amazon.com went live to the general public. Its first ever order, placed in April 1995, a few months before the website was launched, was for a science book titled Fluid Concepts and Creative Analogies. It was a phenomenal time for the company. When Amazon went live, the company billed itself as Earth's biggest bookstore, even though sales were solely based on word of mouth. But maybe it was a prophecy, because within 30 days of launch, Amazon had started shipping across the US as well as 45 other countries. In the same year, Jeff raised an $8 million round of funding from Kleiner Perkins, and by the end of 1996, Amazon had racked up $15.7 million in revenues. In 1997, Amazon went public with $18 per share, raising $54 million. That same year, Jeff personally delivered Amazon's 1 millionth order to a customer in Japan who had ordered a Windows NT manual and a Princess Diana biography. Phenomenal growth. Phenomenal growth. The company was booming, but it wasn't enough for Jeff. So in 1998, Amazon expanded beyond books and started selling music CDs, and the following year it added more product categories, including toys, electronics, and tools. By December 1999, Amazon had shipped 20 million products to 150 countries around the world. And that same month, Jeff was dubbed Person of the Year by Times Magazine. The following year, Amazon introduced a service that allows sellers and merchants outside the company to sell their products alongside Amazon's products. It was a brilliant idea that boosted the popularity and, of course, the profits of Amazon. While all this was going on, Amazon continued to expand its range of products, raking in more profits, which it didn't post until 2003. In 2007, Amazon debuted its Kindle e-reader, and 4 years later, it announced that it was selling more books than print books. Between 2006 and 2013, Amazon rolled out a variety of services, including cloud computing and video-on-demand services, a studio that develops movies and TV series known as Amazon Prime, an online marketplace for fine arts, and its tablet computer called Kindle Fire. In addition to its wide range of services, Amazon has also acquired a number of companies, including Zappos and Whole Foods. In 2015, Amazon beat Walmart to become the most valuable retailer in the US, and by
Amazon is now past Walmart as the biggest retailer in the United States.
And by 2018, the company hit the $1 trillion market cap, making it the second US company after Apple Incorporated to achieve this milestone. One thing can be observed about Amazon is that the country grew so fast, but that shouldn't surprise you because that was the motto of its founder, Jeff Bezos, who later stepped down as CEO of Amazon in 2021. But the question is, at what cost? The brave new paradigm. There is an old saying that goes like this: the higher the monkey climbs, the more you see of its ugly side, and Amazon has certainly climbed incredibly fast, becoming the largest online retailer in the world. But only a few people have looked closely at this gigantic retailer. And there's no doubt that Jeff Bezos' idea of using electronic streamlining and systems management to sell everything from books to bicycles, barbecues to Barbies at a cheap, very cheap price, and at the same time undercutting competitors like Walmart is brilliant. But what is the source of this efficiency and cheap price admired and accepted by all? Did Amazon achieve this by being a virtual store, saving the costs of building, staffing, and maintaining brick-and-mortar outlets? Or is Amazon doing it the old-fashioned way, which means squeezing the life out of its workers and suppliers, crushing its competitors with monopolistic muscle, and manipulating national and state laws? It would have been nice to say it's the former, but the truth is it's the latter. And the brain behind it is none other than Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. Inside the Beast. Jeff was once called Person of the Year, but now that award has changed to the World's Worst Boss, a title given to him by the International Trade Union Confederation. He's been described by higher-ups in Amazon as a cold, controlling, and often vengeful boss with little empathy for the people who work for him. Even as far back as the 1980s, when Jeff worked on Wall Street, he was perceived as lacking the human touch, and it's this personality that has contributed to the growth of Amazon. To fully understand, we must look beyond Amazon's comfortable headquarters and observe what goes on in its warehouses, or fulfillment centers as they're called, where more than 97,000 employees work. There's only one word for working in these warehouses: hellish. Take the job of a picker, for example. In each warehouse, there are hundreds of them scrambling through a maze of shelves to pick products. The work is physically demanding because pickers are expected to speed walk an average of 12 miles every day to pick products and place them on the right track of the 7 miles of conveyor belts running through the facility. They do this with the help of a handheld computer. But the problem is the computer doesn't just tell them where to go, but also gives an allotted time it would take to get the product to its rightful place. So if the computer feels it would take you 5 minutes to get the product to its rightful position, you better speed walk as fast as you can, or even jog so you can get there within that time. Because if you don't, that's a big problem. You see, every picker has a target for each day, and Amazon has a point system that rates everybody's performance. If you score a few demerits, you get cancelled, and if you score more, you lose your job. Everything is also timed, monitored, and scored from beginning to end. And get this, lunch is just 29 minutes and 59 seconds, a fact workers are constantly reminded of again and again by the ever-present time monitors. And if they're not back to working 1 second after the allotted time for lunch breaks, they earn penalty points. Imagine working in this kind of environment for $10 to $12 an hour, an amount most of the workers don't even make because Amazon's warehouse employees are contingent hires, meaning they're temporary, seasonal, part-time laborers subject to the employer's whim. When sales are down, workers are let go, and when sales perk up, the managers demand you do a 12-hour shift with no notice. You must do it or be fired. And the big one is technically these workers don't work directly for Amazon. They're hired by temp agencies with Orwellian names like Amalgamated Giant Shipping that do Amazon's dirty work. What this means is that it gives Amazon plausible deniability about workers' treatment. It also means workers have no labor rights because technically they are independent contractors. So no healthcare, no vacation time, no scheduled raises, no promotion track, and of course no union. The question is, why are these workers putting up with this kind of treatment and work environment? It's simple. They need to take care of rent, food, and clothing. Jeff Bezos understands that millions of people are stuck in jobless depression with no way out, and so they have no choice but to take any job, even one as hellish as Amazon's. The truth is, Amazon has capitalized on this mass desperation, thriving on it to become the online giant it is today. The truth is, this truth is a big part of the magic behind its super cheap prices and super efficient delivery system. So, if you somehow remove this factor, Amazon would probably not be the giant it is today. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video.
7. Key differences between the rich and the poor. In today's world, the richest 1% of the population controls nearly half of the world's wealth. Think about this. Just 80 individuals possess as much wealth as half the planet's population. Roughly 3.5 billion people. But what truly separates the rich from the poor? Many assume the wealthy were born into money or got lucky, but the truth tells a different story. Only 11 of the 80 richest people inherited their fortunes. The remaining 69 self-made billionaires achieved wealth through hard work, determination, and strategic thinking. One of these individuals is the investment mogul, Warren Buffett, who grew up in a middle-class family and climbed to a staggering net worth of over $70 billion. So, what truly separates the rich from the poor? It's not just about money in the bank. The rich and the poor often live in the same city, work the same number of hours in a day, and have similar opportunities, yet their financial outcomes are vastly different. To explore this, let's meet John, a rich man, and Tim, his poor counterpart. Through their daily habits and decisions, we'll uncover 7 key differences that determine who struggles financially and who prospers. The rich never stop learning. It's Monday evening. Both John and Tim commute home from work. When Tim gets home, he collapses onto his couch and binge watches his favorite Netflix show. Although his boss suggested he read books to improve his chances of promotion, Tim brushes off the advice, especially since a new season of his show just dropped. Meanwhile, John heads straight to his computer to study. Although he already has a master's degree and several professional certifications, he spends a few hours every night working toward another accreditation that will enhance his career. John recently read that millionaire entrepreneur Dan Lok invests over $500,000 annually into personal development. Inspired, John decided to adopt the same habit, understanding that continuous learning is the key to staying ahead. The rich invest time and money into learning, while the poor often seek comfort and entertainment. The rich sell value, not time. Work. Tim eagerly awaits his bonus. When he opens the envelope, he finds a mere $100 bonus. Furious, he complains to his boss, arguing that after 10 years with the company, he deserves better. His boss responds, pointing out that Tim's productivity has declined, and he rarely contributes beyond the bare minimum. Across town, John receives his bonus, a generous $10,000. His boss praises his exceptional work on a recent project, which saved the company $1 million in operating costs. John's value to the organization is undeniable, and his efforts are rewarded accordingly. The rich focus on creating value, while the poor often rely solely on time and tenure to earn rewards. The rich pay themselves first. When Tim gets his paycheck, he immediately starts paying bills, rent, utilities, and taxes. By the end of the month, he has no money left and he wonders where it all went. John, on the other hand, automatically transfers $500 from each paycheck into a savings account he can't easily access. Only after funding his savings does he pay his bills. At the end of the month, John's bank balance is larger than the month before. The rich prioritize saving and investing, while the poor spend first and save only if there's money left over, which there rarely is. The rich have a growth mindset. Tim sees a commercial for a new $1,000 TV and immediately wants it. However, he also wants the latest $500 gaming console. Frustrated, he realizes he can't afford both and blames his low salary for his limited options. John, on the other hand, also wants a new TV and gaming console. But instead of choosing one, he asks himself, how can I afford both? John takes on a side project that earns him an extra $500, allowing him to buy both items without dipping into his savings. The rich think in terms of opportunities and growth, while the poor focus on limitations and scarcity. The rich delay gratification. Every morning, Tim buys a $5 Frappuccino from Starbucks. He justifies this daily expense, believing he needs the caffeine to survive his workday. John walks past Starbucks without a second thought. Instead, he drinks the free coffee provided at work. Over the course of a year, John saves $1,500, which he uses to fund a vacation with friends. John also understands the power of delayed gratification. A study from Temple University found that the ability to delay gratification, opting for larger, future rewards over short-term pleasures, is one of the most reliable predictors of wealth. The rich prioritize long-term benefits, while the poor often give in to short-term desires. The rich build multiple streams of income. Economic downturns hit, and both Tim and John are laid off. Tim, who relies entirely on his paycheck, panics. Without his job, he has no way to pay his bills and quickly falls into debt. John, however, remains calm. Over the years, he's built multiple income streams, including an online business and a dividend stock portfolio. These passive income sources cover his expenses while he searches for his next opportunity. The rich diversify their income, while the poor often depend on a single source. The rich surround themselves with like-minded people. After losing his job, Tim invites his friends over to complain about how unfair life is. They commiserate, blaming the economy and their bad luck for their struggles. Meanwhile, John hosts a dinner for his close friends, where he explains his layoff. His friends respond with enthusiasm, offering him opportunities to join their businesses or start new ventures together. The rich build networks of supportive, ambitious individuals, while the poor often surround themselves with others who reinforce negativity. So, what separates the rich from the poor? To recap, the rich and the poor may share the same number of hours in a day, but their habits, mindsets, and priorities set them worlds apart. The rich never stop learning, while the poor often neglect self-improvement. The rich sell value, while the poor sell their time. The rich pay themselves first, while the poor pay everyone else first. The rich embrace a growth mindset, while the poor focus on limitations. The rich understand delayed gratification, while the poor seek immediate pleasure. The rich build multiple income streams, while the poor rely on just one. The rich surround themselves with positive, ambitious people, while the poor stay in circles that hold them back. By adopting these habits and mindsets, you can transform your financial future and join the ranks of those who thrive instead of struggle. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below to share your thoughts, or let us know how you plan to implement these strategies. Until next time, keep learning, growing, and building your wealth.